Hey guys, it's Mishel, Deception Bytes, and I'm going to get us right into the Q post for today. We've got a couple left from last night. I had got us caught up to a point, but Q did post a couple more past that time. So I'm going to cover those tonight. They're from April 19th, and then I'm going to bring us up to date as of 10:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 20th. Now, today has been an action-packed day in terms of Q posting and Trump and just everything that's going on in the swamp. So we've got a lot of interesting stuff and we've got a lot to cover, but we got some big stuff here. All right. Let me just make sure. Okay, we covered the one about the Federal Reserve. This was a little question and answer session that Q had, and the Anons would ask questions and Q responded. And I think we covered the one Federal Reserve ending, and he said structure. And I do seem to remember covering that. And then we left off there, and this is the next one. And this is the question I would have asked. April 19th, an Anon asks, when will we find out about Seth, Rich, and Las Vegas? Seth Rich connected to DNC. Well, we knew that. We knew that there was a connection there. MS-13, we know that, right? We know that he was murdered by MS-13, who were later murdered themselves. Julia Assange, it's related because we know that Seth gave Julian Assange the information on a disk, and that's why he was killed by the Democrats. Why did the Democrats push legal representation on the family? Well, it would make sense. They didn't want the family out there just talking. They wanted to have that family have a lawyer that would answer any questions from the media because they didn't want anything, unscripted getting out. So, and that family was probably threatened to some degree. Now, they'll say that they weren't, but I just don't think that they wanted them in front of the camera unscripted because you just don't know what they might say. Now, the question was, when will we find out? And Q answers that and says June, estimated time of arrival. So we're expected to find out in June what really happened. Now, we know what happened. We may not know the nitty-gritty details, but we do know what happened. It's just that it's never come out, and it's highly, highly, highly censored on the net. So it's a hot button topic, and the Democrats want to control that narrative and don't want it to get out, and don't really want people discussing it, and that's why you will get banned right quick and in a hurry if you start posting about Seth Rich. So let's go on. Sorry, I have to take a drink. And it's very unusual for me to drink Diet Coke, but I am. I've been trying to get off of Diet Coke and stick with iced tea, but not as easy as one would assume. Okay, April 19th, and an Anon asks, will Europe really be broken from its chains too? And Q responds to this Anon and says, worldwide. So the state, in breaking the deep state, it's not just in the United States, but it's going to free the world. And it's talk like this that makes me nervous. And I'm just being honest with you because much as I want to believe that Trump is the golden-haired boy, he's not. He's a Mason. There's, lots of people that he has filled positions with beneath him are not all good people. So I don't know. I don't know where this is all heading eventually. I don't know what the end game is. But in terms of what we've seen so far, it's been positive, because how can you say that anything that he has done up to this point so far has been detrimental? Some people will argue and say that North Korea, or not North Korea, but Syria, but I don't think we have the real story there. So I don't think that any of us are really qualified to say, because I don't think anybody has the real story. I think that, we are purposefully given misinformation about it. So until we know exactly what happened and why, I think that we need to reserve judgment. So let's go on. Hang on. Okay, and the next question. And this is still from the 19th. These are ones that I missed because I did I uploaded my video and then Q posted more. So, will election fraud be revealed soon? And Q says, yes. Midterms are safe. Watch California. Q. So he's not really giving us much information here except telling us that midterms are safe and watch California. But in terms of what we're to be watching and why, well, I think we probably know why, but we're to watch California. So that'll be something interesting to keep our eyes on, to keep our eyes peeled. My mother always says that, keep your eyes peeled. And I think that sounds horrendously painful. All right. Now, here's the last one from the 19th. Q says, question and answer again. He's saying basically, okay, time's up, but we'll have this question and answer time again. His time is limited. Time's limited. Keep up the good fight, Q. So, he can't hang out all night on the boards with people, shooting the breeze. I think that he's probably very, very busy, he and the team, and they do what they can to keep everyone informed, but, they can't hang out all night. I mean, we can't have a pajama party with Q or anything like that, which would be fun. It would be lots and lots of fun. Okay, April 20th. Now, this is Q posting, and he says, answer Q regarding Seth Rich. Seth Rich, Julian Assange. Now, and then we're going to go out and look at this. Coincidence? Q. So, Q answered regarding Seth Rich. Seth Rich was going to be revealed in June, and it's going to be revealed how Seth Rich is linked to Julian Assange, which he is, because that's who gave Julian Assange the information. And then Q says, now this has come out. And he says, coincidence? Q. So let's go see what just came out. Interesting. Hey, what's going on here? What? Let's go back. Not sure what happened there. Content blocked. Why would the content unblock? Okay, there we go. That's strange. I've never seen that before, where they block content. Okay.
I want to hit something else that's happening today, and this is the Democratic National Committee lawsuit.
Okay, this is just about the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard in my life. Now, I've lived a while. I've heard a lot of ludicrous things. This is right up there. If it's not the top, it's probably in the top 5. Democratic Party files suit alleging conspiracy by Trump campaign regarding Russia, WikiLeaks, to sway 2016 election. Say what? The Trump campaign was trying to sway the election? Are you kidding me? Really? Oh, these people really are stupid. I mean, Q keeps saying it. He keeps saying it. But he's right. The thing is, he's right. The Democratic Party on Friday filed a multi-million-dollar federal lawsuit against Trump campaign officials, the Russian government, and WikiLeaks, alleging a widespread conspiracy to tilt the 2016 election in Donald Trump's favor. What? What about the Steele dossier? What about, Zuckerberg and all them trying to, do algorithms that would put Hillary stuff, cause it to come up further in the search ratings and squelch Trump. Like, I can't believe this. Like, I can't. Honestly, if I was not reading it right now, I would not believe it. Like, if someone just called me up and said, hey, you know what? Did you hear that? I'd be like, get out. Get out. I'd be like, shut the front door. Like, no way. Calling it an all-out assault on our democracy, the Democratic National Committee filed the civil suit in federal district court in Manhattan. The suit amounts to another legal broadside related to the 2016 race, on top of the special counsel's ongoing Russia probe and the FBI raid on Trump's personal attorney last week. The conspiracy constituted an act of previously unimaginable treachery. The campaign of the presidential nominee of a major party in league with a hostile foreign power to bolster its own chance to win the presidency, the suit states. President Trump fired back hours later via Twitter, calling the suit good news. And you know something? It is. I think that he did this. He baited them and he backed them into a corner, and this is what they did. And they're shooting themselves in the foot. They're cutting off their noses to spite their faces. Some of them would look better with their noses cut off. So this is Trump's tweet. Just heard the campaign was sued by the obstructionist Democrats. This can be good news in that we will now counter for the DNC server that they refused to give the FBI, the Debbie Wasserman Schultz servers, and the documents held by the Pakistani mystery man and Clinton emails. Ooh. You gotta like him, honestly. You just... I don't know. Just heard the campaign was sued by the obstruction. Okay, well, we just read that, so we don't need to read it again. During the 2016 presidential campaign, Russia launched an all-out assault on our democracy, and it found a willing and active partner in Donald Trump's campaign, DNC chairman Tom Perez. What are these people smoking? For real? I think they must be serving pot brownies in the cafeteria there. I don't know. I can't even get my head around this. Honestly, I don't know what to say about it. I can't get my head around this because I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's very unusual for me to be at a loss for words. It's very unusual, but this has me at a loss for words because I don't know how to make heads or tails of this. It does not make sense to me. And I think it is stupid. Absolutely stupid. Because now Trump can bring out all this evidence legally. I'm telling you, they're smoking something. So the suit names several Trump campaign aides who met with Russian nationals during the campaign, including son-in-law Jared Kushner, campaign chair Paul Manafort, and campaign deputy Rick Gates. In the In the Trump campaign, Russia found a willing and active partner, that suit claims. In 2016, individuals tied to the Kremlin notified the Trump campaign that Russia intended to interfere with our democracy. Through multiple meetings, emails, and other communications, these Russian agents made clear that the government supported Trump and was prepared to use stolen emails and other information to damage his opponent and the Democratic Party. Stolen emails? Russia had nothing to do with the email hack. That was Seth Rich. And he gave it on a disk to Julian Assange. This is absolutely so ludicrous. And the thing is, they keep saying, we have everything. We have everything. They're going to prove this in court. And it's all going to come out. And it's all going to be in the newspaper, hopefully. Well, maybe not CNN. It may not be on CNN, but, there's certain papers that will be forced to cover it, like the Washington Post and the New York Times. Yeah. So, interesting. The suit also claims that WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange shared the defendant's common goal of damaging the Democratic Party in advance of the election. The suit states Russia, using WikiLeaks, would disseminate information stolen from the DNC at times when it would best suit the Trump campaign. Yeah, Russia was using WikiLeaks. Okay. Yep. Brad Parscale, campaign manager of Donald J. Trump for President, Inc., slammed the suit as frivolous and predicted it would eventually be dismissed. This is a sham lawsuit about a bogus Russian collusion claim filed by a desperate, dysfunctional, and nearly insolvent Democratic Party, Parscale said in a written statement. With the Democrats' conspiracy theories against the president's campaign evaporating as quickly as the failing DNC's fundraising, they've sunk to a new low to raise money, especially among small donors who have abandoned them. Trump has strongly and repeatedly denied colluding with the Russians. And his Trump here, James Comey memos just out and show clearly that there was no collusion and no obstruction. Also, he leaked classified information. Wow. Will the witch hunt continue? Let's answer that for him. Yeah. Unbelievable. So I'm not going to go through all this. That's the main thing that we needed to see. And it's crazy. Honestly. Okay. So what Q was saying here is, okay, he gave the answer regarding Seth Rich, and that the Seth Rich stuff would come out in June, and concerning Julian Assange. Now they're all of a sudden slapped with a lawsuit. Coincidence? Q. Nope, not coincidence. Now, I like this because which one is this referring to? I guess the one above. Okay, yeah, hang on. So this anon is referring to this that Q just dropped and is saying bait. And Q is responding to him and her and says they fall for it every single time. Then this one is directed to 276. Where's that? Hang on. Try to find what that is referring to. Don't know. Not sure. 276. One second. I don't see that. I'm not sure exactly which one this is referring to, but it says, oh, I know what it is. It's the post that we went over yesterday where he was saying, how do you legally inject this stuff? Well, this is how. So he said, how do you legally, and that's how. That's exactly how. That lawsuit's going to bring it all out. Oh, I like it when a plan comes together. Q. So he ends it with Q, and another anon says, Trump card played. Oh, trap card played. Nice work. And that's in regards to 248, which I believe... Oh. Yeah, which is in regards to the same one. This anon says, trap card played. Nice work, Q. Q responds and says to this person and says, Trump card coming, Q. Love it. So, the next post is a palm tree. And it's just a picture of a palm tree. Q doesn't say anything. He just posts a picture of a palm tree. Well, as it turns out, it's a canary palm tree meant to signal that someone is singing like a canary, which we will see in the upcoming posts. Also, when this was posted, the president was arriving at Palm Beach International Airport, Palm Beach, Florida. So, it coincides. Now, okay, this I put there, okay, just to add a little bit more information to this post because we're getting into some really, really good stuff and deep stuff here. Q says, Mac is naming names. Now, he's referring to Allison Mack. And Allison Mack, well, we're going to go and look at that in a minute. Big names in Hollywood / government, local / federal. Proof. The Standard Hotel. Helicopter crash. All related. If you've been following Q from the start, you know exactly what he means. Now, let's go out and take a look. Allison Mack of Smallville is charged with sex trafficking. Now, I've never watched Smallville, like I've said numerous times. I'm just not a TV person. But apparently, she's an actress on TV. An actress from the television series Smallville was charged on Friday with sex trafficking for her involvement in an organization promoting itself as a self-help group for women that forced its members to have sex with its leader, federal prosecutors said. The actress, Allison Mack, 35, helped gain recruits for what was purported to be a mentorship group, but instead exploited its followers, who were branded with a symbol containing the initials of the organization's leader, said Richard P. Donahue, the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, in a statement. Ms. Mack participated in a group known as NXIVM, which is pronounced Nexium. The authorities said the organization near Albany was led by Keith Rainier, 57, who was arrested in March by federal officials in Mexico on sex trafficking charges. Its followers were forced to have sex with him because they feared that if they did not do so, compromising material that they had provided about themselves would be released publicly, according to a complaint. The group has denied it was a cult, but former members have said that Mr. Rainier demanded obedience from his followers, who referred to him as Vanguard. Mr. Rainier created a secret society within Nexium called DOS, which derived from a Latin phrase that loosely translated to Lord, Master of the Obedient Female Companions, or the vow, officials said in the statement. DOS operated with levels of women slaves headed by masters, the statement said. Slaves were expected to recruit slaves of their own, thus becoming masters themselves, who in turn owned owed service not only to their own masters, but also to the masters above them in a DOS pyramid. Ms. Mack was one of the women on the level of the pyramid immediately below Mr. Rainier, officials said. The slaves were often required to perform acts of care and pay tribute to their masters, including doing work and other tasks for which they were not compensated, according to a letter federal prosecutors filed with the court. They also had to participate in readiness drills, which required them to respond to their masters any time of day or night, causing DOS slaves to be seriously sleep deprived, the letter said. The women, it added, were also branded in their pelvic regions with a cauterizing pen with a symbol that, unbeknownst to them, incorporated Rainier's initials. Ms. Mack was arraigned on Friday afternoon, and a plea of not guilty was entered on her behalf. She was held without bail, with a bail hearing set for Monday. A publicist for Ms. Mack declined to comment on Friday evening. Lawyers representing her could not immediately be reached on Friday evening. Ms. Mack played Chloe Sullivan in Smallville, which told the story of the upbringing of Clark Kent in Smallville, Kansas, before he became known as Superman. In the series, which lasted for 10 seasons starting in 2001, Ms. Mack's character was one of his best friends. Ms. Mack is also known for her roles in the movies The Ant Bully, 2006, and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, 1997. Another actress on Smallville, Kristen Kroik, wrote on Twitter last month that she took an intensive personal growth course with Nexium to help overcome her shyness, and that she left 5 years ago, and that during her involvement she never experienced any illegal or nefarious activity. I am horrified and disgusted by what has come out about DOS, she wrote. Ms. Mack's biography on her website, which is no longer active but is accessible in Internet archives, said that after Smallville ended, she immersed herself in the study of acting in both conventional and unconventional ways. The more unconventional approach happened when she came across the work of Mr. Rainier, the website said, adding, over the course of several years, Mr. Rainier mentored Allison in her study of acting and music. As such, she has developed a deep connection to the nature of humanity as it relates to acting as an art form and a tool for personal evolution. Let's go back. Now, we are being told that we're going to find out. She's naming names, okay? She's singing like a canary, and it's big names in Hollywood and in the government, local and federal. She has proof. Ooh. And it involves the Standard Hotel. Well, where have we heard that before? From Q, of course. And it relates to the helicopter crash. And the helicopter crash contained the general manager of the Standard Hotel, which was a woman. And Q is telling us it's all related. All related. California Democrat Adam Schiff, who I can guarantee is shifting his pants, is linked to alleged criminal activity at the Standard Hotel and a recent Newport Beach, California helicopter crash in which the hotel general manager died. Previous Q posts seem to indicate that the general manager who died in the helicopter crash had dirt on Schiff, and the deep state took him out as a favor for Schiff doing his part in stopping the memo from coming out. But he failed. He didn't stop the memo coming out. And, it's all going to come out about little Adam Schiff. It is. Future will prove past. Yes, it will. Adam Schiff. Feeling okay today? No, I bet he's not. Yeah, we probably should send him some Depends. Why is the Mexican border / Long Beach port so important? Well, obviously, since he's talking about human trafficking here and sex trafficking, it obviously is connected in, right? They're smuggling women across the border, women, children, I don't know. I guess it's not just women, it's men too. Now, he ends this by saying tick-tock, but then he puts LLC, and that was a little odd to me. Because he doesn't capitalize tick, but he capitalizes talk. But then he puts LLC. So I went out to see if there was any companies called Talk LLC. And there are. Then he ends at Q. Well, let's go see what this is. And I don't know if it's related, okay? I'm not saying that I have the answer. I'm saying it's a possibility. Perhaps there's another Talk LLC out there. I don't know. There's certainly a lawyer, a group of lawyers called Talk LLC. Maybe it's them. Maybe it refers to them. I don't know. But let's take a look at this. Now, when I first looked at this, I thought, oh, it can't be this. But then all of a sudden, it clicked in. This is software that helps you, well, it says restaurants, wineries, and pop-ups are using Talk to sell unforgettable culinary experiences, reduce no-shows, and make more money. Well, I don't know, could this be used for anything else? Like maybe, I don't know, reserving girls? I don't know. I don't know if it's related or not. Was this used at the Standard Hotel? Was this software used for booking? I don't know. I don't know if it's related. It seems like it's just for restaurants, but let's take a boo here. It's a complete reservation and table management system for offering free reservations and prepaid experiences. But I don't know how it's set up. Maybe it could be used for something else as a booking. So I don't know. It says restaurant, but I don't know. Maybe they're selling their special cuisine, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right, let's go back. That's enough of my surmising about that. Now, this is the next one, and Q is referring to the post where he put a picture of a tree. And he said, canary palm tree. Like, canary palm tree? Signal? Yes, of course. It was a signal. It was a canary palm tree. She's singing like a canary. It was a signal to us. And we missed it. Well, I did. First time through, I missed it. So I can't claim that I'm all smart and everything. All right. Now, the next one is this one, and it is from Anon. Wait. 7.2. That's not from Q, actually. I thought it was. It's very odd. Very, very odd. You know something? I'm going to check something right quick, right at the source here, because oh, and look, he's still posting. He's posting up a storm. So now we'll have to I'll have to do a part 2 for this and upload more. Okay, this was posted by an Anon, and Allison Mack singing like a canary, as Alan Dershowitz would say. And then Q responds, canary palm tree, signal, Q. So he's actually affirming that yeah, the canary palm tree was a signal. So this Anon got that. All right, let's go back now. I just wanted to be sure because it didn't make sense to me there, because I thought, how would that Anon know what Alan Dershowitz would say? But apparently they do. I don't know. Now, the next thing that Q posts is just this picture. There's nothing with it. There's no, commentary or anything. But if we look at it, and let's make it a little bigger. And she said, make it bigger, and it was. All right, we'll see that. This is on Allison Mack, her Twitter page, this picture. So, obviously, she's a fan of Marina Abramovic. And someone told me that's not how you pronounce it, but that's how I've heard it pronounced over and over again by people that should know. But I could be wrong. Hey, I'm not above being wrong. Keeps me humble. Okay, and then Q posted this. The next picture is this one. And of course, this is Hussein. And who do you think this is? Yep, it's Wendy. Sure is. So where this was taken and why? Oh, look, he has a little Band-Aid on his finger, too. I wonder if he was doing the little Abramovic ritual where you have to cut your finger. Don't know. But she looks awfully young there, to me. So, don't know. Now, this anon refers to that picture and says Wendy, and Q just responds to this person with an acknowledgement. He doesn't say yes or no, but because he doesn't say no, it's a yes. Because if it wasn't her, I think he would give another hint in the direction that he wanted us to go. He wouldn't just leave us thinking that it was her. So it is her. So that is the last one. But I wanted to show you something that I picked up today, okay? That I think is odd, very, very odd. Okay, we read this earlier, right? About the this one. Just heard the campaign was sued by the obstructionist Democrats. This can be good news in that we will now counter for the DNC server that they refused to give to the FBI, the Debbie Wasserman Schultz servers, and documents held by the Pakistani mystery man and Clinton emails. Okay, well, so I know what you're saying. You're saying so. Okay, we'll read this because this is the one that was first put up and it was taken down and replaced with this one. Now, we know, like I've said before, they have staff that attends to this stuff and they don't make errors, or they wouldn't be working there. They would not be working in a position that high and in something that important if they were prone to errors. So, and Trump doesn't put this himself. Like, he probably writes down what he wants them to. He may, but I doubt it. I don't know anybody that's famous that actually manages their own Twitter page. Maybe there are, but I don't know of any. Like possibly some, like I see James Wood on Twitter. I think he manages his own page. Roseanne, I think she does. Trump, maybe, I don't know. All right. Just heard the campaign was sued by the obstructionist Democrats. This can be good news in that we will now counter for the DNC server they refused to give to the FBI. The Wendy Wasserman Schultz servers. What? You think he'd make that error? Because I don't. I don't think he'd make that error. I don't think that anybody that works under him would make that error. I don't. The Wendy Wasserman Schultz servers. He was signaling to them. I would bet my bottom dollar on it. I really would. Because it doesn't make sense. Wendy Wasserman Schultz. He was letting them know. Because everybody knows that she's under arrest. And you can bet, I mean, if you were involved in something and one of the people that were connected to it was arrested, wouldn't you be pretty nervous? Wouldn't you be kind of on pins and needles? And then if you read something like this from the president, wouldn't you go, oh crap, he knows? Yep. So, I think it's fascinating. And that brings us to the end. I think that this was actually another thing to the lawsuit, but I don't think that we need to get into that. I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to go see what the new posts are. And while this is uploading and getting all set up, I will check out those new posts. And hopefully I'll bring them to you tonight. I can't guarantee that, but hopefully I will. So I hope you guys have a good night. If you want to be subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed, because we know what's going on there. And thank you guys so much for your support and your encouragement, for all your comments. I really appreciate it. I've got wonderful listeners, and except for the odd troll, it's wonderful to read the comments. So I will talk to you all later. Stay safe.